ahead, since it is we're talking about it, let's talk about this Taylor Swift AI situation. Charlie, shout outs to you. Without further ado, let's get into this damn video, y'all. Let's do it.
Well, 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 if it isn't another topic on AI that I really want to discuss. I'm like a broken record when it comes to AI. I have talked about it so much. I've probably mentioned AI on my channel more than I've mentioned my role in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, and that's really saying something. But it really feels like people just aren't grasping the magnitude of AI and how it's going to
How
be game
dangerous.
changing for everyday life in the next
Yup.
couple of years.
Yup.
It's only getting more and more sophisticated, and as it continues to develop, it's going to get very scary for everybody. I'm not trying to just put the fear of God in you, but I feel like there's some people out there that I just need to grab by the shoulders and shake them to really get it through their thick skull to stop being so short sighted. What am I talking about right now? Is the Taylor Swift AI porn images that were floating around last week. I'm sure a lot of you saw it. It's been a major talking point for a little bit. Basically, there were a lot of AI generated images of Taylor Swift getting fucked by Chiefs fans. And it's become a huge talking point in the mainstream media, so much so that there's even calls for Congress to make new legislation around AI generative content and stuff. And while this is
I mean, that's the one time where it is. I say, Congress, please make please make a law in regarding with this, because this shit is dangerous. Like, it is extremely dangerous. Yeah, I heard about it, J Storm. I heard about it too. Um, People being given something so powerful to use this for stuff like this. Yeah. You think AI should be illegal or banned? I feel like there's a level of control that you should be doing AI, because there's so AI is nothing new. It's been going on, but sometimes it's within the music industry to where you know you use AI generated voice stuff to kind of match with an artist, especially when it comes down to singing and stuff. Um, or sometimes a rap too, who knows? But when you use AI to perpetuate whatever your desires, your weird kinks, desires is, that's when it's a problem. And like I said, Taylor Swift, if she decided to go ahead and sue the person who was responsible for even dropping that in the first place to social media, she's not wrong. She is within her right to go ahead and do that. So I'm standing by Taylor Swift on this one. If she decided, because that was some wild shit that I seen on the timeline. It's weird. That's weird to me. Of like, why would you even do that? I don't like that shit.
isn't a new application for AI that nobody saw coming. In fact, making deepfake AI porn is the most popular application of it. It is new in the sense that more people were exposed to it that were previously unaware of the negative side effects that can come with this kind of
Correct.
technology. And I've seen just so many brain rot takes about why it's just not a big deal and who cares. And these were the same takes we were seeing a year ago. If you remember the drama on Twitch where a streamer had signed up to a website that had like AI generated porn of other streamers on it, there were so many people saying like, they're not like actual victims of anything. It's not really their body. It's just their face on someone else's body. What are they crying about? What's all the whining? What's all this hoopla? It's nothing burger. That's just straight up degenerate stink brain weirdo take. It's very
Absolutely.
easy to understand why this kind of thing is bad. Even if it's not actually their body or anything, the AI generative content is extremely convincing. And not only that, obviously, none of the streamers, or in this case, the celebrities here, are
Consented to
consenting to
that.
it.
Thank
In
you. Thank you. It's like me and Charlie said the same thing. This was not consensual things. It is like those streamers. We talked about that with those streamers before, where all that AI generated porn stuff that was being made, and I think wasn't Pokimane one of those people as well, along with other big streamers and everything. Do you know how fucking weird that is? That is extremely weird. And niggas is lucky it is they didn't get tried or sued because of that shit. Because and it's like, oh, what's the big deal? This isn't it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we seen how it is with that. I'm glad Charlie brought that up as an example, because that shit was weird as shit too. But That is dangerous.
The case of the Taylor Swift AI photos, there's plenty of people I saw of the older generation that thought they were real because they didn't know you could make something that looked like this. And that's going to continue to be the case as the technology gets more and more advanced. And it's extremely accessible where anyone can make this kind of content. It only takes one nefarious weirdo a couple of minutes to tinker around here and generate this kind of content. And you have no control over that. If there's photos of you that exist anywhere on the cyberspace, anyone can grab those puppies and pop them in here and produce this very easily. And you'd be none the wiser until, of
This is why it's dangerous because of how accessible it is. Just with what it is that he said. Let's take out the equation of like what it is that I do, of me being a content creator and a streamer. Let's take that out of this. Let's just talk about with just regular everyday people. Do you know how fucking dangerous that is? There's for somebody now that makes people not want to. Now we see why it is that people desire to have privacy and to be privated on stuff with social media because stuff like that, anybody could take those things whenever it is that you put it up on social media and make these things, and it could look so freaking real that it tarnishes people's feelings, reputations, things that's going on, their careers as well. It is bad. Just and only imagine on a larger scale of how worse that rabbit hole can be. It is very dangerous to see this.
course, your dad comes up to you, sits you down, and says, "Look, son, I saw the photos. Your butt got blasted by 45 Chiefs fans. Do you want to talk about it? You going through a
Golly.
whore phase or something, son?" This kind of thing is only going to get more and more common. Right now, it's mainly being used against celebrities, so a lot of people feel totally justified in just laughing at them for it. Like, who gives a fuck? They can eat shit, doesn't matter. Doesn't affect me. Haha. Regardless of how you feel about Taylor Swift, even if you're not like an avid Swiftie or anything like that,
Yeah,
you're not
I'm
a
not an
Taylor Swift
avid Swifty,
enthusiast,
but
it shouldn't matter. You should obviously be able to recognize why this is a terrible thing and
correct.
isn't something that's just some goofy, no big deal situation. It's a fucking problem. But soon it's going to be happening to your mom, your sister, you, anybody, because it's more and more easily accessible by the day and more advanced by the day. Right
What's
now,
up,
you're
Jay?
seeing
How
a
are
lot
you?
of AI generated images, but they also use it for AI videos as well. The deepfake porn has only been growing in popularity. There's entire
Oh yeah, that
services
too.
now that
Yeah,
will
yeah.
charge users to create AI generated porn videos of celebrities that they like or whatever. So it's getting very bad, and it's going.
This is what makes things more nerve wracking for myself because we've already kind of experienced people in here who've had a deep level of infatuation with myself. And mind you, I don't like to say it is that I'm a small creator, but I am a creator nonetheless. That makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is that people would even go to those level of lengths as it is anyway. Now, of course, when you see that with other, you can think of whoever content creator, YouTuber, anything like that. Um, and to see the levels of like with that and like literally look at this of like you have a crush on somebody that you don't know that this person doesn't know who it is that you are at all, but you have a crush on them, but the crush goes far than crush. It goes to obsession. It goes with things of cringiness, of things of like, oh well, I'm infatuated with this person so much, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna create this and this. And God knows what you do within your spare time when it is you're thinking about with your favorite so-called creators or celebrities, public figures, athletes, and stuff. This is what makes things a lot more concerning for me because you should not hold us at such high pedestals. But this is very hard when it is, you know people watch like videos or like our videos or be in our streams and everything like that. It's very hard to kind of like take that, knocking that off of the pedestal. But sometimes it is we're looked at that as that way, and it's very, very concerning. It is very weird. It is very cringe, and I don't like it. I was just going through the stuff, just going through that as it is, like just experiencing that made me uncomfortable as it is. So this is how this AI situation can get a lot worse than what it is. We already are. There's videos of what you get from me. Like you can tell it's obviously fake, but what I've seen fooled me wholeheartedly. It's down to the birthmarks, scars, tattoos, and truly wild. You can fake exactly,
Going to keep
exactly.
getting worse, and I just don't understand why people write this kind of thing off like, who cares? Not even really a victim of anything here. It's just AI generated images. It's not even her body. It doesn't make it any less violating, nor does it
Correct.
make it any less detrimental. Let's go ahead and stretch out from celebrities. Let's put our feelers elsewhere. Let's say you're applying for a job, just normal average Joe guy looking for a normal average job. You're applying to a lot of different places, and there's a company that's really interested. So they look your name up online, check out your social media, which is pretty standard procedure for most businesses these days to at
Yep.
least check social media.
Yep.
So they go to your social media, they look at your name, and they see something pretty interesting. It's a photo of you giving dual hand jobs. You got akimbo wieners, cock in each hand.
Ugh.
And your potential employer sees that, and they're probably not going to do a whole lot of digging to see whether or not that's real or fake. It just came up when they looked at your name. I imagine
That's the problem. That is the problem right there. I already said this as it is of like just take it just let's think of just like with every average everyday person who's trying to look at jobs and stuff. That's another thing as well. Like employers and companies will do all types of investigation work of based off of your full name by itself. And if they see some AI generated corn, regardless if it's real or not, it's associated with your name. And this is the dangers. It is that concerns me. And mind you, it's not even like it could be anybody it is that does this, and which is really concerning to me. Anybody could take a picture and just decide to go ahead and just, you know, do whatever it is with it without no type of consent whatsoever. That's the problem. The biggest wording is consent in this. All these people who had experienced this before, those streamers, with Taylor Swift and probably maybe other public figures, never consented to these things. So now this could get to a very bad legal issue. So if the legislation decides it is that they want to go ahead and pass in a bill to go ahead and kind of like like we ain't gonna make this accessible to niggas anymore, I'm okay with that.
there's a good chance they just move on to the next applicant and write you off right then and there because they saw that image, and that's probably going to be pretty off-putting to them. And it's not that far-fetched that someone might just make AI deepfake porn of someone they don't like in the real world to try and bully them or try and like start rumors about them, like, hey, look at what this guy was doing, or look what this girl was doing. Oh my gosh, it's revolting. Just to try and make your life more miserable. There's even a scam going around right now that's kind of popping off recently. I'm using that term pretty loosey goosey. I wouldn't say popping off, but it's becoming pretty common. And basically, what it is scammers are using AI to deepfake images and videos to convince men that they are some kind of female that's romantically interested in them and eventually entice them into sending compromising photos or messages.
So the catfishing, we're doing a new form of catfishing. Is this what I'm hearing?
And then use that as blackmail against the victim, saying that we'll tell your friends or family or employer or something if you don't give us money. I think the term that's being used for this is called sextortion. And recently, a 17-year-old took their own life after falling victim to a similar scam. In this case, the scammers didn't use AI, they just lifted a porn video for this one. But AI is being utilized in scams just like that one for the same purpose. And of course, I've mentioned this next one quite a bit, but AI phone scams are really blowing up recently, where scammers are able to clone people's voices and they're delivering phone calls to loved ones pretending to be their son or daughter, and that they're in a stressful situation, like they're in danger and they need to get money ASAP
Oh,
from the family member. And the technology is already good enough for these to be very convincing. And the family members are sending money to these scammers under the impression that it's their son or daughter that needs it to survive and something's gone wrong. And that's still just the tip of the iceberg. There's still so much more when it comes to like
oh
negative
man, that just made my
implications of
oh
using this
god,
kind of.
that made my stomach hurt just thinking about that. Like, mind you, I'm not a parent. I am not a parent. Shadow is my I'm saying it is as my fur baby. But if I had a child and hearing something like that would put me in a level of panic frenzy and just straight like like that's not even funny. That's not funny at all to do those type of things. Like I didn't even know it is that they when it comes down to voice, generated that they could able to do stuff like that. That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked.
Technology that we just saw be
That's
used for
so
the Taylor Swift
scary.
AI stuff. So all the people that are having a hearty belly laugh at it, giggling like, it's not a big deal. What are they making such a fuss about? It's super fucking dumb and unbelievably short-sighted. You will likely be the victim of something similar in the future. Even if it's not AI deepfake porn, it'll be some kind of AI scam phone call, and it all ties back to the same problem of it is easily accessible to everybody in the world, and you can't really do a whole lot to stop it right now, which is why it's such a tricky situation when it comes to like, what do we do about it going forward? I saw was it the White House? White House correspondent or something was like, we've seen the Taylor Swift AI stuff and deeply disturbed. We're going to be looking into this or something. And right now it's mainly celebrities, but soon it'll just be anybody. And then another story started floating around about like a 14-year-old girl that took her own life because of bullying, and apparently one of the things they did was deepfake her into like porn or something. I don't know if that was confirmed or not, but that headline kept getting spread around. But that is something that really will be like a thing. Bullies in school can just take any picture anyone posts and deepfake porn of them or something to bully them.
Ugh.
So it's not just going to be celebrities, and it's already not just celebrities. You can do the same. You can do the same with Photoshop, though. You can't Photoshop like an actual porn video of someone, not convincingly though. Deepfaking AI, you absolutely can, and it's not even close. You can make extremely believable things out of AI deepfakes. How are they going to regulate it though? Anyone with a decent GPU can generate the images really easily. The code's open source. Yeah, that's why it's so difficult and so complicated. I have no idea how you'd regulate it. I genuinely don't know. ZV Bear was always an annoying loser. I don't know who that is. I only know that name from the Taylor Swift deepfake AI shit. And now he's on the chopping block. Do you still have the AI girlfriend? Dorothy? No, we broke up. I finally canceled it.
Nah, that's kind of that's kind of crazy to say that. That's kind of crazy. But sorry about that, y'all. I had to go pick up something off of the ground. I don't know why I fiddle with this, but this is this for shadows nails. The clipper nails. But yes, and the Justin, I'm glad it is that you kind of brought this up to my attention. And Charlie, shout outs to you for going furthermore into this situation. But this is a problem. This is a very scary problem, and this rabbit hole can get a lot worse than what it already is. With just average everyday people. So I hope there could be something that can be fixed, but it's shit. Like, man, internet stuff is scary, man. But hey, listen, Charlie, shout outs to you. Shout outs to everybody in the chat, and shout outs to you at home. I will catch you in the next video.